Hello YouTubers, TurboDude555 here with a quick benchmark in Haven 4.0 of my two GTX 680s in SLI. Most people get about 2,000 points or so with these, and I can get just short of 3 on a good day. Just going to show you my overclock and temperatures, and we'll get on running with the program now. Okay, so here's Haven, just so you can see what my settings are. Just going to use DX11, quality at high, normal tessellation, everything else as it is standard, and of course 1920 by 1080p. And let's run. I was going to record in fraps, but obviously that'll skew the results somewhat. And I'll press F9 so we get benchmarking underway. As you can see, Haven accurately shows what the actual memory setting is at. This is about as high as I can go without Haven getting very upset about the overclock. Any higher and it just crashes. Which is quite curious because things like Battlefield 3 you can overclock until the card becomes unstable and the game's completely fine. It's just one of those strange things. Having said that, Bioshock, the new one, doesn't like any overclock at the moment. Maybe when there's an update it'll run a lot better. I decided not to have the sound on, by the way, because once you've heard it a few times you really don't want to hear it again. As anybody who's used this program before can attest to, the music is horrendous. The rest of the program is absolutely fantastic. It's certainly one of my favourite benchmarking softwares. This and Furmark is probably my favourite. Some other thoughts would be, I guess the most positive thing about this is it does have a very good variety of scenes for testing things that you might actually see in a game in terms of lighting, camera movements, all that sort of thing. Bad points. Sometimes crossfire and SLI can be a bit jittery on occasion. Sometimes that can be down to you. There's a bit of a jitter then. Sometimes that can be down to the drivers and whatnot though. Not always the case, but process of elimination you can find out what's wrong. What we're doing temperature wise, that's still staying under 40 degrees, which is very, very nice.
The only major bad point about this program is during benchmarking or when you're running the software, the minimum frames per second is just utterly pointless, because during scene changes and stuff you can see that the frames per second can in some cases drop to 0, so it's completely unreliable to find out what your minimum frames are. And let's see what we're doing. Oh, just over 3,000 now. That's rather nice. Minimum 31, of course, during the scene changes. Max 276, rather nice. But that scar is what I like the most. 3,100. This is quite impressive for two 2GB cards in SLI, as those of you that have followed my guide to watercooling series, I used to have two 6990s, which would be twice the amount of processing power, theoretically, because that would have been 8 gig, and they would only do 5,000 points. So this is really nice. Sorry, I'm on manual focus. Yep, I finally topped out at 40 degrees. So yeah, that's that. Thanks very much for watching. If you have a similar setup to me, do a video response and we can have a score war. But that's what my settings were there. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll do a nice fade out.